Hi. Okay, so this is your language arts for this week. It's really important that you use this video to help you get through your work. So the first one you're going to do is you're going to have this. And I am going to read something to you, pause it so you can answer the questions. And then I want to do the same thing. I'm going to read something to you. Then you're going to pause it, answer the questions before you do the next lesson. Okay? So, so what I'm going to need you to do is just pay attention and then you'll pause it at different parts so that you can do the next lesson through each section. Okay. So the first thing is talking about being a good listener. And so sometimes it's easy for you and me because it's just you and me. But like in class, sometimes you can get distracted, or at church, or in groups with your friends and family. Sometimes it's hard to listen to everything and you can hear the noise outside that distracts you. So tips for you to be a good listener is to look at the person who's talking to you, to think about what they're saying, and put all of your energy into listening, not fidgeting and not playing, but like really just, I want to hear what they're saying. Don't interrupt because you might miss what they're trying to say. And then when the speaker's done, then you can ask questions and think about what they've said. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read you a passage, and then after I read you the passage, you're going to pause the video and you're going to answer these questions. Okay? And I'll give you like a thumbs up or whatever. All right. So the first one is we're talking about this piece called, it's just a read aloud. So the question, or the thing is, it says, there are many interesting countries in the world. People in other countries are different from you. They eat different foods and they play different games. There are many ways that people in other countries are the same. They can feel happy and sad and have friends just like you. People in other countries are saved in the same way as people are where you live. All of us, and them and you and me, must repent of our sin and trust in Jesus Christ. So that is okay. So pause your answer, pause your show, and then I want you to answer these questions. And we're back. Okay, the next thing I want you to do, you're going to need some crayons. Okay, the first crayon that I need you to get is a blue crayon. And in this triangle here, you're going to draw or color the triangle blue. The next thing I need you to do is put a happy face in this circle. I don't care what color you use to make the happy face, but put a happy face. The next thing I want you to do is color the square red. Color the square red. Then I want you to put a green X in the square. Okay? Blue triangle, happy face in the circle, green X, and a red square. Okay, now I'm going to read you something else, and then you are going to answer the questions. And this is all for that first lesson. Okay, so here is the next part I'm going to read to you. On the other side of the Atlantic Ocean is a beautiful country called England. The city of London is the capital of England. The people in England speak English, although it sounds a little bit different from American English. In England, the highest ruling person is a king or a queen. The king or queen live in Buckingham Palace in London. London would be a great place to visit. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and you're going to answer these questions for that lesson. All right, moving on. Now you're at the next lesson. This is going to be listening for the main idea. Again, having to listen and pay attention because I'm going to read something to you, and then you are going to answer the questions based on me reading. Okay, so this one says, let's see, I'm going to read you this one right here. It's a little story. Okay, ready? Bobby woke up early and ran outside on the porch to see the sunrise. It was so beautiful that Bobby asked his mom for permission to eat his breakfast on the porch. She agreed, and decided to join him. Okay, now pause your video, and you're going to answer these questions right here. Okay? And we're back. Are you ready? You're going to be listening again for the main idea. What's the point? What's happening here in the story, okay? I'm going to read to you about Jill, this person. And it says, so I'm going to read this, and then you're going to answer these questions based on what I say, okay? So the first question says, Jill was excited. She was going to trip with her family on Saturday. They were going to visit the London Aquarium. Her father told her about beautiful fish and the sharks that they would see swimming around the big water tanks. Jill also heard she would be able to touch a starfish. So now, thinking about what you heard, think about the words who, what, when, and where. Who, what, when, where. Those are all ways to help you think about what you heard. So then if you need to, you can go back and listen to me tell you again about Jill. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is I want you to use this key here on the bottom, and you're going to need your crayons. Use this key here and color in this, and then I want you to tell me what you see. Okay? So that is tips for good listening. Then, listening for the main idea. And now I want to talk to you about parts of a book. It's really important to know the different parts of the book. So if you have a book, and what I love about books is that so many great ideas, so many ways, and so many things show up in parts of a book. Okay, so the first thing is the title page. If you open up your book, you're going to have that first page. Usually the first page right here, it's called the title page. The title page is important because it tells you the title of the story. It tells you, so this one has a lot of different stories, but it usually has the author. If it has an illustrator, it has illustrator. And then it gives you who is the publisher, who published this book. And so you have that, different parts of the book. So the title page will tell you who wrote the book. It'll tell you who illustrated the book. It'll tell you who published the book, and it'll usually have the title of the book on there. So what you're going to do is you're going to use this right here and answer these questions. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to flip it over. This is a nonfiction book with a table of contents, and you're going to use this to answer these questions. And then the last part that we did this week was we practiced with the dictionary. And those are really important and great skills for you. So if you have a dictionary at home, maybe have your mom or dad give you some words to look up in the dictionary. But I wanted to show you a few things that are in the dictionary, and then you're going to use this to answer the question. So you have this right here. It looks like a page from the dictionary. It has your guide words, which are up at the top. So let's say you were looking for the word mother. You know that you need to be in the M section because mother starts with M. And then so you know that it's either an O or a U, but you probably know that mother starts with M-O. So you're going to go find M and then O, and then you can use these to help you look for the different words that you are going to be using. And then the guide words are nice because on the top, it has, right here, it has, like this says, mom and monkey. Mom and monkey. So those are the guide words. So if you were looking for something and you know that it was M-U, you know that those two words, I can just keep going because that's got an O. There's no U there. So keep going. Then there's the entry words, which are these black words. And those are the words that you want to look up. And then they have a definition. And a lot of times they have a sample sentence. So let's just say you were looking up the word mother. And the definition was a woman who was caring for children, whether they be hers biologically, adopted, or otherwise. And that is the mother. And then it has a sentence and says, my mother took me to lunch. And that would be a sample sentence. I don't know if that's true or not, how that is. But here is that page. So you're going to use this, and then you can use that front page to answer the questions here on the back. And then another part of the dictionary, really important part, is understanding that some words in English especially have different meanings. And so it's nice because dictionaries will give you all the meanings it can have. So like this one, for example, this is a sample of a dictionary with the word light. And light can be like the sun brings in light, the light of the sun, or it can be that something is this paper and this book. This paper is light. This book is heavy. And then the last one is maybe like you can light a fire. So you'll use this and this definition part to answer questions. And then the same thing here. We have two words, kettle and key, and you're going to answer the questions. And then on the bottom, you're going to write me a sentence using the first definition for key. So it's a lot, but it's really important stuff. If you have any questions, let me know, and then I will talk to you more about that on Tuesday when I see you. Okay? I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.